Have you ever felt completely stuck in the cycle of addiction? And if so, are you even aware that your feelings play a massive part in it? The chances are, if you clicked on this video, you're probably in addiction right now. You're probably using against your own will. And what I mean by that is, it's kind of like having two people living inside of you. One voice is like really quiet, almost like a begging. This is going to be the last time. I promise, please. Just let this be the last time. I don't want to fucking do this anymore. And the other voice is really fucking loud. And that voice screams at you from the second you wake up until the time you go to sleep or you just pass out. That voice is like, come on, give me fucking drugs. Give me what I want right now. Just one more day. You can quit next week. You can quit after your birthday. Quit after New Year. Like, the list and ways for you to rationalize your habit just become fucking never ending, until what started out as fun and recreational just becomes absolute fucking torture because you just can't stop. I know, because I've been there. I used to get that feeling always when I woke up first thing in the morning. But the time it used to hit me the hardest would be like in the middle of the afternoon. Like if I fell asleep or passed out in the afternoon, normally from using drugs, I'd wake up and the fucking voice would be on me like that. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it now. It was fucking savage. Like, it's so tiring having that play out inside every single day. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Gavin. I'm here to help you beat your addiction and change yourself and your life. I'm going to add a free resource at the end of this video, so make sure you go and check that out. Today is actually a kind of special day because today is my sober birthday. I got sober 3 years ago to the day, and I haven't touched a drink or drug since. I haven't looked back. My life is fucking better than it's ever been. One of the things that I've learned since getting sober is the connection between addiction and your feelings. Now, you might see this video and be like, oh, not me. I just do it for fun. I just do it on the weekends. This is just recreational. Like, I can stop whenever I want. Am I right? Or maybe you're just like, I just like getting high. It's just what I do. I just like getting fucked up. It's just who I am. But after learning some of the things that I teach in my community, I was able to really put two and two together. And that's when shit really started to change. Now, everybody uses their drug of choice differently, right? But for me, there are only really two types of addicts, or two ways that people become addicts, okay? Now, the first way is off of trauma, some sort of major stress, some major catastrophe, or some fucking cataclysmic, huge fucking event that traumatizes you. And then you are unable to deal with those emotions, okay, because of that. And you start using drugs because of that, because you kind of need an escape, right? The second type is what I call like the physical chemical addiction. So this may well start out as recreational, at least you think, until you're using a bit too often, okay? And your body actually gets used to it. And because what you used to take is not enough to get you as high as it did, you start wanting to push the boundaries a little bit more, because that high is not enough, right? So you need more and more and more. And because of that, you build up a tolerance. You need more and more and more to get that same feeling that you had. And before you know it, your body becomes dependent on that. And that's when you actually become physically addicted. Now, the thing is that both of these become kind of interchangeable, because it's always fun and exciting right in the beginning. Even the person that uses because of trauma will tell you that it was fun in the beginning, and they're completely oblivious because they just want to change the way they feel, right? Because they're in pain. They can't deal with that feeling. It's shit. But even if you start out recreationally and for fun, there's still feeling involved, because Why did you really take the drug in the first place? Maybe it was peer pressure. In other words, you did something you didn't really want to do because you felt like you weren't enough, or you were insecure, you wanted to be a part of something. So you did that to try and get that feeling. You didn't like the way you felt. Maybe you had like a really challenging week at school or at work and you were under immense pressure, or something happened that sent you over the edge, made you unhappy. So be honest with yourself and look back and think about your own using. And I guarantee you that wanting to change the way you feel is at the very core of it. Also, like, another problem for the recreational drug user just fucking hanging out on the fringes, right, dipping your toes in, is that when that big catastrophe happens, or that trauma, which it inevitably always does, maybe somebody cheating on you, maybe somebody dying, what is the first thing you're going to do? You're going to run to the nearest bar, or you're going to call up your dealer and be like, fucking bring me everything you got. And you will then automatically become the addict who's using on trauma. And you're going to be stuck in that fucking cycle. By that time, you're pretty much on the merry-go-round, and you keep waiting. You keep waiting for it to slow down so you can jump off. And it might feel like that sometimes. Shit's slowing down, like it's calming down, like I'm about to jump off. And then before you know it, it fucking speeds up again and you're off and you're fucking clinging on for dear life. I made a little diagram just to give you like a visual representation of what this looks like, addiction and feeling working together. And the resource that I'm going to add at the end of the video is really going to help you, especially if you're relapsing. So it looks a little something like this. You have your trauma or your stress, okay, which then leads to discomfort, right? You feel uncomfortable in your own skin. You don't like the way it feels. So you want to change the way you feel. How do you do that? You reach for your drug of choice. You use the drug of choice. You're then facing that internal fucking backlash, that guilt, that shame. Maybe you do even more shit that you regret. It creates more trauma, more stress, and then the whole fucking process just repeats and repeats and repeats. My hope is that when you see this, it starts to make sense. There is a direct link between your habit or addiction and your feelings. I used to think I was so fucking tough. I thought I was so tough. It's like, I don't fucking catch feelings. I don't fucking have feelings. You know, the sad thing is I did have feelings, but unfortunately when you're an addict, the only real access to feelings that you get are the negative ones. That fucking pain, that discomfort, that shame, that guilt, regret, insecurity. If you want to feel the whole spectrum of other feelings that are possible to feel, gratitude, happiness, contentment, click on the first link in the description. Guys, remember, it is your God-given right to be successful, and it's your responsibility to reach your potential.